And so they couldn't take that away from me. So when they tried certain things, like I went through when we didn't have computers. Computers were coming in around 95, 96. But prior to that time, we did everything as auditors and evaluators in notebooks, workbooks, right? So we would be ready for a congressional briefing, and in our office, it was a fish tank, so you could walk by and see everybody presenting that day. My work papers were gone. We had a congressional committee coming in. I'm leading the assignment, and our work is missing. But guess what? I wasn't relying on those notebooks. It was here. We wrote this stuff, right? And with my background in journalism, I do everything in encrypted notes, so you can't even read this stuff, but I can read it word for word for word. So I didn't rely on that stuff. So you have to rely on you. That's all that you have, number one. Secondly, I was blessed. There was a Tuskegee Airman that interviewed me for the job. And it was interesting because it was about an hour later, I finally went downstairs and told the department that no one had interviewed me. I had been waiting for an hour, no one came to see me. And so she took me back upstairs, and it was a black guy, a regional director from New York, who was supposed to be interviewing me. But he was surprised that I was black, and he had walked back and forth a few times and never said anything to me. So when we got in the room together, we both just started laughing. And he said there was nothing in my credentials that even showed that I was a black person. So we had a conversation. He said, listen, you are more than qualified for this position, but here's what I'm gonna do for you. They're gonna try to put you in HR. That's where they put all the black folks in HR. Now they call it DEI. If you get a CEO position, they put all the black people in diversity, equity, inclusion, right? He said, well, we're not gonna do that for you. We're gonna put you out in the field because you have certain skill sets. And he said, I want you to show them what you can do, right? And so I went from a GS-9 to a GS-14 in 5 years, broke the record, okay? So it was that man, a Tuskegee Airman, who helped me out, and I later found out as I was escalating, and it's very lonely when you're in that position, but in government is mostly made up of black people. And even at the higher level, there's a lot of black folks. Well, there's a black in government group, and we are there to support each other. And so I made it through just based on that support system. Relationships do matter, and just doing great work. And also I found out my counterparts weren't really that smart. They really aren't. They are not. And since we're used to doing 2 jobs, and now my friends tell me they have 5 positions at work. So we are more than equipped. So walk in that space because you know what you know what you know.
Yes. I like that. I like that. To add to that, which really, you literally, I could drop the mic right now. But what I would add to that is kind of what I just said a minute ago. Know that you deserve a seat at the table. Imposter syndrome has a way of sneaking up on you when you get to those high places, like maybe I shouldn't be here, or they talk to you like you shouldn't be there. So you have to know that you deserve a seat at the table.